Welcome back to Sports Adda. Hi, Salil. Another excellent session for England. Everything going as planned for the English cricketers. India still lagging, and they have a lead now.
Oh yes, Paras. It looked like a subcontinent pitch to me for batting. All the batsmen playing across the line. You wouldn't see any batsman doing that so freely. I mean, all the Indian bowlers. I think there are a lot of tired legs there in the Indian camp. And all in all, I think a great session for England.
Absolutely, the way the Englishmen have batted out. If there is you can term this being a flat pitch, but we've got a scorecard here. Ollie Pope, a standout. I've never seen him play so well. He's played each ball on its merit and was evenly supported by Moeen Ali and Johnny Besto to begin with. Your views on the wickets that have fallen?
Oh well, I think we had just two where Johnny Besto got trapped by Siraj for an excellent leg before wicket. But
Uh-huh.
Moeen Ali, who was playing so steadily and might have been a little lucky there when India didn't take, the a review for that leg before.
Yeah.
But he went on to score 35 and had a recklessly throw away his wicket. So sadly, that's one thing that's not worked out for Moeen Ali. But apart from that, I think he's played an excellent knock by giving that support to Ollie Pope. He saw him make his 50 and go beyond that. I think he's all set to go ahead and play a bigger score if Chris Wokes, with the kind of batting he's doing, the beautiful cover drive just before
Yeah.
tea. I think there's scope of for Pope to score a century today.
Right, and the Englishmen have got what they had. They were here to do 75 for five, and in a commanding position now. When it comes to India, given it's a flat pitch, and there's one ball which has been changed, still no swing for the Indians. Do you think it's going to be the same when the Englishmen come out to bowl?
Well, it looks like a super flat pitch, and that's what the commentators are also saying when we're watching it on the television. It's going to be an excellent pitch to bat, at least for the whole day tomorrow, and maybe a
Yeah.
start on the fourth day. After that, maybe the spinners might get some purchase. But apart from that, a lot of good hope for the Indian batsmen as and when they come, because quite honestly, you still have to get those three England wickets out. Only
Yeah.
then they'll be able to go and bat. And the more time that the English batsmen spend in their first innings on this pitch reduces India's chances of a victory on towards the last day. So I think the Indian team needs to come out with a different game plan, with a spring in their legs, and try to get out these wickets as early as possible because you want to get the most of today also while batting first.
Right, and if India get to bat today, the nervous last overs and James Anderson and Vokes bowling from the other end, it is going to command a lot of discipline as to see the new ball through. And as you've termed it to be a subcontinental wicket, it's pretty tailor made for the Indians. But that, as you've suggested in the previous sessions that we've conducted, that poking outside the off stump needs to stop.
Oh yes, that's something that will come, as a factor only when India come to bat, and I think that might be towards the end of this session because Ollie Pope quite honestly looks like he's going to score a big one, and they
Yeah.
could spend another hour on the crease. I think they have around 10 or 12 overs left before which the new ball can be taken, so that might make a difference, and that might get those quick wickets that India need. So you can expect England in the meanwhile to make at least 30 or 40 runs bare minimum and maybe a lead of 80 to 100 runs for India to claw back on when they come to bat.
Right. And, when we talk about the Indian batting now, Salil, do you think they should fiddle around with the batting order like a Jadeja was sent up previously, or should they stick to the customary lineup that they have?
Well, we don't know. Both Jadeja and Rane didn't last much, so but I think it's quite. It wasn't the right decision to put Jadeja on top because if you're playing Test cricket and if you're India's number five batsman, you can't be Ravindra Jadeja. We've got Rane, we've got a few other players who can fill that spot, and you don't expect him. Although he's had the history of scoring a few runs, but he's not a regular batsman. You want a genuine batsman there like Rane in form or out of form or maybe a replacement. I don't think he needs to be replaced in this series though,
Yeah.
but still he needs to be given this chance as well.
Right, and when we talk about spin, it's not played a big factor at the time when the Indians have been bowling, but given the slowness of this pitch, and England having Moeen Ali and also Joe Root, Moeen Ali is renowned to pick up wickets on such pitches where there's a tad bit of spin, and even though there's no drift, the ball that goes on with the arm also is very effective, especially the one that he bowls against the Kohli.
Oh yes, that might play a factor only if he's bought to bowl. But I think they might stick to the fast bowlers for tomorrow because India are more likely to give wickets to the kind of variation that the English bowling possesses. So I think Joe Root will try to do that more than thinking about Moeen Ali bowling to Virat Kohli because that will be his easy zone to play because Virat Kohli is much better to play off spin right now than playing one of the fast bowlers and nicking one two.
Nicely put there, Salil. Also, a couple of shots that we've seen from the Englishmen have been on the up, irrespective of what the speed is. Like a Bumrah was clocking 90 miles, and a Siraj is almost 140 plus. They've been hitting on the up. So a leave out of their book should be taken by a KL Rahul and a Rohit Sharma when they begin with.
Well, not quite. I think they'll assess the pitch and how easily the ball is coming onto the bat, and then they'll go about their game. Indians are slightly slow starters, so you might not expect a flyer, but once they get set, I think they can get 4 runs and over. By the average. So I quite confident about the Indian batsmen going at that pace once they set their eye in.
Right. And what do you think about this shot, which has been kind of non-existent for the Indian batsmen? I'm talking about the square cut. A lot of balls have been left outside off stump. A lot of ones with the ones which would have been left were pretty much edge. That full-fledged clutch, the cut shot, in front of gully. We haven't really seen any of that, have we?
Well, you haven't seen that because a lot of Indian batsmen really go on the front foot more. And while the English batsmen are scoring on that side, they always take a step back. So that's
Yeah.
been the fundamental difference between the two batting sides. And I think if the Indian batsmen, if they stay on their crease and wait for the ball, there will be a lot of opportunities for Rohit Sharma or a KL Rahul to score those square cuts and square on the wicket or towards third man. So it's just about a change in how you're playing will enable certain shots while it might disable a few shots, and that's what Test cricket's all about. So if you see Virat Kohli as well, he would want to not play the cover drive for some time, like Sachin Tendulkar did a few decades ago, but
Yeah.
and score a century without scoring one shot. So I think that's possible, and that's the application that they need to bring to the game because this is the game at the highest level. There is no buzz around. Everybody's wearing whites. You're playing with the red ball. There is absolutely no distraction here in while playing a test match. So I think this is in its highest form. You need to bring your best players, and your best players will bring out the best changes to their games, and that's why they remain at the top for so long. So let's hope and expect that from the Indian batting order today.
Yeah, right, Salil. Also, a very congratulations to you. Your prediction meter is spot on. You had predicted about England hitting 70 plus runs in the session that they've played, and they've just done that.
Oh yes, I think it was quite predictable with the way the pitch was playing and the kind of projection. I thought that the Indian bowlers and the impact that they would make. I think barring Moeen Ali's wicket, which was the one that he gave away, Siraj got a lucky one. I don't
Yeah.
think the Indian bowlers were really into that kind of a situation where they're trying to create wickets purely because the pitch was not giving enough purchase. So I think there might be a similar kind of a situation now with around 80 to 100 runs scored in this session. Either
Yeah.
team's playing because the pitch is such, and maybe around 2 or 3 wickets falling down.
Right. One thing that I would just want to cross check here, Salil, if you are from the English camp and we've had so much discussion about the pitch, would you want to just pull the length up a little when the new ball's bowled?
Well, I think it's working with the Indian batsmen giving away their wickets when they are putting it full. So why would they try to change the plan when they're already getting wickets a certain way? Well, if the pitch starts behaving a little differently, they will obviously back the length off and obviously hit it on the deck for the Indians to give away the wicket. But it looks like they will go with the plan they've been going with the last three tests.
Right. The last session coming up. Tea's almost over. England on top. We can say that now it's not even Stevens until India negotiate with the lead that England's about to get. It's always been a pleasure talking to you, Salil. Hope to catch up
Thanks,
tomorrow in the
Raj.
free match session.
Yep, sure.
Cheers.